Getting my fuck ready.
How you pronounce the fucking fuck?
All right, here we go. We got this.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the NFL Tribune. Would you really? I was doing a bit. Leave me alone. Welcome back to the NFL Tribune podcast for Week 14. I've got Ty and Joe here. Say hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Dustin is currently sleeping, and I don't know what Nick's doing. So, it's going to be
just
us
woken up.
today.
Things.
Before anything, how's your guys' week been?
Would have been better if we weren't screwed over by the refs, but you know.
So up in that copium. What about you, Joe?
The copium. It's been all right.
Been all right. That's good. Good to hear. So I'll go ahead
Dustin's up.
Oh, yes?
Yeah. Hey, Dustin, join the podcast when you get done shitting.
So get that diarrhea out.
Let's go ahead and talk about Week 13 because books. We've already talked about the Thursday night game. So I guess the first game I want to talk about is the Dolphins' 45-15 win over the Commanders. Joe,
Yeah, that would be what you want to talk about.
This has quickly come from a 2-0 start to a 4-9 season so far. Ever since Jahan Dodson tweeted that 2-0 tweet, they have only won 2 of their next 7 games?
That's pretty cool.
No, more than that.
It's pretty
11.
cool, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure you know about it.
The team that just cannot finish games right now, I think, you know.
What's been the biggest reason that the Commanders have lost so many games?
Defense giving up too many points. And like that, I mean, and the only games that weren't were the Giants game, which is like where somebody just had to do something, but it's against the Giants, so that's not allowed.
I just looked at something. Sam Howell had less passing yards in this game than Tyreek Hill had receiving yards.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill needs to be MVP if he keeps going like this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but he won't get it because wide receiver can't make MVP.
It's going to go to Tua because he's the one throwing him the ball.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if it goes to a quarterback, it's got to go to Brock Purdy.
Oh, yeah.
That's hard to say. It's honestly hard to say it's honestly hard to say for me besides Tyreek Hill.
So I think in the conversation we've got Tua, Jalen Hurts. I wouldn't even put Mahomes in the conversation because it's been a down year for him. Who else?
When you got receivers that can't catch the fucking ball, that kind of happens.
Tyreek Hill should be put in the conversation. What about Dak?
No.
He's having an MVP season.
He's beating shitty teams.
It's just, I think, Brock Purdy's been doing better.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy's on track to join an end season stat line that only has happened 5 times, and 3 of them have been Tom Brady.
Ooh. Also, hi, Dustin.
So, buddy.
Your mic's muted.
Heard you ain't been feeling good.
Well, I wasn't feeling good last night, and then I took a nap, and then I played Call of Duty Zombies from about midnight to 9 o'clock.
Man of Culture, which one?
The new one.
Oh, I haven't played the new one yet. How is it?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
So, also from the Dolphins-Commanders game, interesting pick 6 that Sam Howell threw straight to a linebacker. That's a new one.
The linebacker read the screen.
There's been rumblings going on that Chicago is looking to hire Eric Bieniemy as their next head coach. Obviously, that'd be a bad thing to lose Bieniemy to another team.
Yeah, I'd really like him to be our head coach, I think, right now.
And I think they should give him a chance. Because Ron Rivera's not coming back. Jack Del Rio's already been fired.
Dustin and I were talking. They're probably gutting. I think Rivera's fate has already been decided.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be a full gut, complete culture change.
Probably new GM as well.
Damn good.
When you get a new regime in, especially if you change like ownership of the team, there's going to be a lot of changes.
I'm thinking the new owner's going to want to get rid of anyone related to the Snyder era.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very possible, and I think Bieniemy's not. I think Bieniemy is probably one of the few that's probably. He might still go for
Mhm.
one reason or the other, but he's one of the few that I'd honestly hope. Not only hope, but also think he could stay because he wasn't with the Snyder era.
Um, Shifting from that, Dustin, I don't really want to talk a lot about the Falcons game because not a lot happened from what I saw. You won, I'll give you that, but 13-8 against the Jets.
15, I
I
believe.
mean, 13.
Was
Oh,
it 13?
It was
I
13.
I thought I said 13. My bad.
You did.
Um,
It was.
13.
Yeah.
That was my bad. I was wrong.
It was
It
the game of all time.
it was a game. I really wish that the score had stayed 3-2 for the win, or had become 3-2 for the win,
That would have been funny.
or
There's been real
that
future.
the Jets had scored 3 times and tied the game for 7-7.
Oh.
Another safety and a field goal.
So you guys won. You're still in first place in your division. Woohoo! You beat the Jets.
Yeah.
Something that Philly was not able to do. Does that mean the Falcons are better than the Eagles?
Yes.
Confirmed.
Of course, that's how that works.
That's
That's how that works.
It just works.
Congrats
Yeah.
on the win, Dustin. I'll give you a golf
And the
clap for that.
Eagles.
I also want to talk about the Titans' overtime loss to the Colts, 31-28. Ty, go ahead and rant. I know you want to.
Well,
The
damn.
only two things I have to rant about is they need to fix the fucking rule where if you block a punt, you can just run into the fucking kicker because it's going to get people injured. It did get people injured.
Yep. Titans punter Ryan Stonehouse is out for the season. What did he suffer again?
Ooh.
I haven't seen what he suffered. I've only seen that they've said he's out for the season.
It's his kicking leg. And not only that, but the Titans special teams coordinator got canned.
Yeah, I mean, deservedly so
Well,
for allowing 2 fucking rushes right into the punter.
Okay, one blocked punt, okay, it happens. The second time you punt, you don't bring an extra blocker back to block for your punter. That injury is as much on the NFL rule as it is on the special teams coach.
Agreed.
Mhm.
But the only other thing I have to say, because it was a really good game, and I hate that that's part of it, and I hate the last call that got the Colts down the field. It was a illegal touching on us when
Stop
the
touching, stop
the
touching.
wide receiver was fucking holding our defender's arm, and they called it on our defender.
The NFL just doesn't like
What's our guy
defense.
supposed to do? What's our guy supposed to do? You called illegal touching for his arm being held by the wide receiver, but if he tried to rip it out, you would call pass interference or holding.
Yep.
That's ridiculous.
And the Colts are now 7-5, believe it or not. I think they've won like 4 or 5 straight, something like that.
They are currently in the playoffs right now.
They're second in the AFC South. They're only behind the Jags.
They have to play the Falcons.
I guess I'll talk about my game. I was pleasantly surprised to see that we beat the Jags in overtime, 34-31. Jake Browning threw 5 incomplete passes, and that's it. He threw for almost 350 yards. And they should never let Tyler Boyd throw the football. I'll say that, because he threw a pick right to Josh Allen.
And
They just wanted to try and pull the
Oh,
Titans,
I'm
except
sorry.
they're
Jake Browning threw for 354 yards, so just over 350.
I mean, to be fair, it's hard not to be pleasantly surprised by your team winning when you always say the game's over when it's tied.
Most of the time I'm right, but this time I wasn't.
No, you're not.
Well, that's...
We went through 2 seasons of you doing that, and you were wrong just about every time.
And I'll take being wrong as long as we win.
I'll just quote the picture I put in the chat there.
How's bragging camp going? Look, if it's just the one game, I'm fine with that. Also, Ty, you're welcome for us beating the Jags.
Yeah, fuck the Jags.
But Trevor Lawrence also got hurt in the game. They said it was a high ankle sprain, so he'll probably be out for a little bit.
Oh, great! Another one of my fantasy players.
Like half of my fucking fantasy team is out.
well.
So-
I'm trying to figure out what that injury was, and no one's saying. But congratulations to the Titans punter for breaking a record that was set in 1940 this weekend.
What?
Because of the season-ending injury, he broke the record for gross yards per punt at 53.1 yards.
Oh,
Didn't he beat it last year?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Didn't he beat it
No.
last year?
It says he said it this year. On what I'm reading. He might have tied it last year.
you know what? As long as I can remember, the Titans have had a pretty damn good punter because they had Brett Kern for all those years, and now they've got Stonehouse.
Which there's talks about bringing Kern back.
Oh, I mean, yeah, season ending. That's gonna take a while.
Yeah.
to go for
Gotta
him.
need a punter.
Bring back Brett
I need a
Kern.
punter for the rest of the season.
This ain't mattered.
Or you could just let Nick Folk punt.
That's both the punter and kicker.
Yeah, dude.
Well,
his
murder that man's leg.
you have to have a punter and a kicker separate on roster.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You're required to.
I was gonna say, you want to murder that man's fucking foot too?
I mean,
Punting and kicking duties.
he's been murdering the Patriots' chances for years. So what's the difference?
I suppose.
I'm wondering if it says the year just because technically it was broken in January after the last
Maybe.
game.
Maybe it specifically said this year. So
Well, the one I'm looking at says he broke it as a rookie, which was last year.
There's a few other games I do want to touch on. One of them, I'm sorry. One of them is the Cardinals win over the Steelers, 24-10. There were 2 rain delays in this game, and just before the game started, the Steelers account posted out "Beautiful day for football," and it was.
yeah,
Jinx.
rain is a beautiful day for football. Every team acknowledges that, whether they win or lose.
Exactly. But the Steelers also just got into company with some bad history. This is the first time in NFL history that a team over 500 has lost to 2 teams back-to-back that had double-digit losses. Or like more than 5 games below 500.
That doesn't put them in bad company. That makes them building the house.
Building the house. The Steelers, they also lost the Thursday night game to the Patriots, 18-21. The Steelers are now 7-6. Kenny Pickett's hurt. The offense still sucks, and they're probably going to be missing the postseason.
I hear nothing but good things here.
I do as well. To any Steelers fans that might be listening to this, you kind of brought it on yourself. If the standard is going to be not having a losing season, you don't have the right standards. You got to shoot for above that. You know?
Yeah, like my team going. What are we going? And we're going to be in the playoffs at this rate.
Like 6-6, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But
break even and go to the playoffs.
But what I'm saying is, like, it's a consistent thing for the Steelers. Like, the fans will be happy because they haven't had a losing season, but yet they either barely miss the playoffs or make the playoffs and get bounced in the first round. Like they did against Cleveland in 2020. Yeah, I'm gonna bring that back because I loved watching that game, and I hate the Browns.
The fastest 28 points I've ever seen scored to almost fucking losing that game.
But they didn't. That's the main part. They didn't. Anyway, enough of the history lesson. We've also had a guy that doesn't really get talked about in the league is Mike Evans. Against the Panthers, which they won 21-18, Mike Evans has extended his NFL record with 10 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons to begin a career.
He's a beast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say he's
to that Mike Evans has become someone we don't talk about often.
I know. I would definitely say Mike Evans is a Hall of Famer, like through and through at this
Easily.
point.
He's probably going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
I'll say. If he retired today, he'd be a first ballot Hall of Famer, I think.
And this is his 10th year in the league. And he's done it every single year, no matter who the quarterback has been. That's fucking impressive.
Oh, tornado warning. Hell yeah.
Oh, shit. That's Fort Gamble.
Well,
Yeah, we actually, we probably needed to cut this short.
Yeah, guess so.
Everybody needs to get to their be ready to get to their spots.
Well, I guess we're cutting it short due to weather emergency. So I guess I'll see